After an early Vianney field goal, the Crusaders mounted a drive of their own. Will Ake finds Jaden Fritch, and he catches the ball, but watch, he fumbles it on the goal line. Didn't matter though, Jordan Warner was there for the score. Crusaders take a 6-3 lead. Vianney fans trying to get them going, and it worked. Griffin John rolling left. Now watch what he does. He decides to roll back right because he couldn't find anybody. And then there's Jacob Miller, wide open. He would go in for the score, and the Golden Griffins go on to win 34-20.